Let's just jump right into this explainer, because every single day there are literal hidden battles happening right inside your own body. For centuries, humanity has been trying to figure out how to give our immune system a serious upgrade. But honestly, despite how common vaccines are today, there is still a massive amount of confusion about what they actually do once they're inside us. So we're going to unlock the real science of immune training.
First up, do vaccines directly kill viruses? Now, you might think it's a simple question, but get this. Research shows that even among college biology students, people actively studying this stuff, a staggering 62% hold completely inaccurate ideas about how vaccines actually work. A lot of folks just assume the vaccine itself is actively hunting down and fighting the virus, but actually, that's just not true. So where are we getting these wrong ideas? Well, if you look online, over 27% of educational science cartoons show the vaccine directly attacking or killing the virus, kind of like a syringe acting as a literal weapon. Meanwhile, less than 1% accurately show the vaccine simply providing information to the immune system. When the visual models we're constantly seeing are wrong, our understanding is going to be wrong. Let's fix that visual model right now.
Moving into our first section, the analogy arc, meet your inner superhero. We're going to borrow a really brilliant analogy developed by researchers for the Nuestra Science Outreach Program to make this all click.
Okay, first, we've got to define the enemy. Think of a pathogen, whether that's a virus or a bacteria, as a super sneaky robber. This robber's only goal is to break into your house, steal your things, and ultimately make you sick. They're fast, they're stealthy, and they absolutely want to catch your body off guard. Next up, meet your defense system. Your immune system. Specifically, your white blood cells and memory B cells, well, they act as your very own internal superhero. This hero is constantly on guard, patrolling the neighborhood of your body to protect you from those robbers. They're incredibly powerful, but there's a catch. They can only fight the robbers they actually know how to recognize. So here is the crucial truth. The vaccine is not a weapon. Think of it more like a most wanted poster. It doesn't fight the robber itself. Instead, it just hands your superhero a highly detailed picture of the bad guy. This gives your internal superhero the exact intel they need to prepare, train, and build defenses against that specific robber, all without you ever having to encounter the real danger and actually get sick.
Next section, the biology deep dive, training the superhero. Now that we have that analogy down, let's look at the actual microscopic science happening right there in your bloodstream. The real-life version of that wanted poster picture? It's called an antigen. According to the CDC, an antigen is the active ingredient in a vaccine. It's often just a tiny, harmless little piece of the virus's exterior or a weakened version of it. It safely engages your body's natural defenses, signaling your white blood cells to start making antibodies. You can think of antibodies as the highly specific traps and tools your superhero builds to neutralize that exact pathogen.
And this leads us to the ultimate goal, which is immunity. Once your body creates those specific antibodies, certain white blood cells called memory B cells basically stick around in your body for a very long time. They go into this ready mode. They literally remember the exact shape of that antigen. So if the real virus ever tries to break in, your superhero already knows its face and already has the exact weapons ready to stop it before it can cause a full-blown infection.
The sheer power of this training is just staggering. Take a look at this timeline. Without any training, a brand new virus can take your body up to 15 days to figure out and defeat. And man, 15 days is a long time to feel incredibly sick. But a pre-trained memory B cell, it neutralizes the exact same threat in just 5 days. And even wilder, it pumps out literally 100 times more antibodies than it did the first time around. It's this massive, overwhelming response that often knocks out the threat before you even show a single symptom.
Let's head to our next section, types of immune training. We're going to look at how the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention categorizes these biological wanted posters, because not all vaccines are made the exact same way.
Basically, there's the trade-off between different vaccine technologies. On one hand, you have live attenuated vaccines, like the MMR or chickenpox shots, which use a living but severely weakened virus. Because they're so close to the real deal, they give an incredibly strong training session to your immune system, often giving you lifetime protection with just 2 doses. On the flip side, non-live vaccines contain killed viruses or just tiny pieces of them. These are a lot safer for folks with weaker immune systems, but because the training material isn't alive, the superhero's memory of it naturally fades over time. That means you're going to need 3 or more doses, plus regular boosters, to keep those defenses up.
And this perfectly explains why your vaccination schedule isn't just a one-and-done deal. Think back to our analogy. What happens when a robber realizes their face is plastered all over a wanted poster? Well, they change their disguise. The seasonal flu mutates so rapidly that scientists actually have to reformulate the vaccine every single year to target the 4 strains they expect to be the most dangerous. If the pathogen changes its mask, your superhero absolutely needs a freshly printed, updated wanted poster to recognize that new threat.
Section 4. A history of protection. You know, this superhero training isn't some brand new concept. Humanity has been perfecting this for a very long time.
The scale of our history with immunization is just incredible. I mean, it traces all the way back to the year 1000 in China, where early medical pioneers realized that using pus from a cowpox infection could actually protect people against the deadly smallpox virus. By 1796, Dr. Edward Jenner scientifically proved this concept after noticing that milkmaids who got cowpox were somehow immune to smallpox. Fast forward to 1957, we see the widespread availability of the polio vaccine, which totally changed the landscape of childhood health. And by 2020, we unlocked mRNA technology, essentially sending genetic instructions straight to our cells to print the wanted posters themselves, hitting 95% efficacy against early COVID-19 strains in absolute record time.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this mind-bending question. What will the next 1,000 years of immune training look like? Because science never stops evolving. Right now, scientists are actively working on growing vaccines inside edible plants. Think about that. Your future superhero training might not come from a needle and syringe at all. It might just come from drinking a delicious vaccine smoothie. But until that day comes, just remember the incredible microscopic battles happening inside you and make sure your internal superhero always has the most up-to-date wanted posters.